Guys, something very interesting is happening inside the Miami Dolphins, and I think every fan needs to pay close attention to this. We all know that winning in the NFL starts in the trenches, and if there's one position Miami absolutely needs to get right this season, it's the edge rush. I've said it many times, I want to see the Dolphins back competing with the best teams in the league and making a real run toward the Super Bowl. Maybe this is finally the year, but for that to happen, some young players have to take a huge step forward. And today, all eyes are on Chop Robinson. After everything we saw last season, fans are divided. Some believe he's ready to explode and become one of the leaders of this defense. Others still have doubts after the disappointing sophomore campaign and want to see results before getting excited again. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe Chop Robinson is about to have the breakout season Dolphins fans have been waiting for? Or do you think he still has a lot to prove before earning your confidence? Leave your opinion in the comments because I read as many of them as I can, and I really want to know where Dolphins Nation stands on this. Let's go! And if you've been supporting the Miami Dolphins through the good times and the tough times for more than 15 years, hit that like button with all you've got. Let's show everyone how passionate this fan base really is. Now, let's talk about the latest update on Chop Robinson because the news coming out of training camp should have every Dolphins fan paying attention. The start of Miami Dolphins training camp has already brought one of the most encouraging stories of the summer, and it centers around Chop Robinson. After an offseason filled with questions about how the Dolphins would improve their defense, the latest reports suggest that Robinson has taken a major step in his development. According to the information coming out of camp, he arrived 10 pounds heavier than he was a year ago, and those extra pounds are not simply additional weight. They are described as pure muscle, something that could completely change the way he plays on the field. When Miami selected Chop Robinson out of Penn State in the 2024 NFL Draft, everyone already knew what made him special. His speed, explosion, athletic ability, and quick first step immediately stood out. Those traits allowed him to pressure quarterbacks and create exciting moments. But even with all that natural talent, there was always one part of his game that needed improvement if he wanted to become one of the league's complete edge rushers. He needed more physical strength. That challenge has followed Robinson since entering the NFL. Winning with speed alone can help a young player make an impact, but the best edge defenders in football know how to do much more. They can stop the run, hold the edge, overpower offensive tackles, and remain effective on every down. That complete skill set is exactly what Robinson has been working toward, and everything coming from training camp suggests he has fully embraced that challenge. Even his teammates have noticed the difference. Offensive tackle Austin Jackson spoke about Robinson's physical transformation and joked that he looks like he spent the entire summer doing shoulder shrugs because of how much bigger and stronger he appears. It was a funny comment, but it also revealed something important. Players who see each other every day immediately notice the change. That says a lot about the work Robinson has put in over the last several months. The reason this matters so much is because expectations for Robinson remain extremely high despite a disappointing 2025 season. Dolphins fans remember how exciting he looked near the end of his rookie year. During the second half of that season, he became one of the most productive young pass rushers in football. His ability to pressure quarterbacks created enormous optimism that he was about to become one of the defensive stars of the franchise. Unfortunately, that momentum did not continue the following season. Instead of building on his impressive finish, Robinson struggled to make the same impact. He spent time behind Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips on the depth chart, and even when opportunities eventually came his way, he was unable to consistently produce at the level many expected. That made his sophomore season one of the biggest disappointments on the Dolphins roster because everyone had seen what he was capable of during his rookie campaign. The encouraging part is that Robinson is not ignoring those struggles. Quite the opposite. He openly admitted that he has been studying his own film, going back to watch what made him successful as a rookie. He understands the level he can reach, and he recognizes exactly where improvements must happen. Rather than making excuses, he is focused on putting himself in the best possible position to become a better player. One area received special attention: defending the run. For an edge defender, rushing the passer is only part of the job. Defensive coordinators need players they can trust on every snap, especially against physical running attacks. Robinson acknowledged that becoming stronger would help him set the edge, hold his ground, and contribute much more consistently in run defense. He explained that he is working to add power to his game because he wants to become a complete football player, not someone known only for speed rushing. That improvement could be exactly what Miami needs. The previous numbers showed why this became such a priority. While Robinson flashed as a pass rusher during stretches of his rookie year, his performance against the run ranked near the bottom among players at his position. Even though there were some improvements later, it remained an area where much more growth was required. The added muscle and emphasis on physicality are direct responses to those weaknesses. Another major reason for optimism is the influence of defensive coach Jeff Hafley. Throughout his coaching career, Hafley has worked with talented defensive players and understands how to develop edge rushers into complete defenders. Since arriving in Miami, he has made it clear that he expects much more from Robinson. Those expectations are not criticism. They are confidence. Hafley believes Robinson has elite talent. What he wants now is for that talent to show up consistently in every aspect of the game. He has repeatedly emphasized the importance of setting the edge, embracing physical football, and doing the dirty work that often goes unnoticed but wins games. His comments from training camp revealed just how encouraged he is by Robinson's progress. Hafley praised Robinson's offseason work, pointed out that he returned at around 265 pounds, and stressed that he is stronger than ever before. He explained that edge defenders must be willing to play with toughness, attack the run, and enjoy the physical side of football. At the same time, he believes Robinson's explosive first step remains one of his greatest strengths and can become even more dangerous with proper coaching and continued development. That relationship between player and coach may become one of the most important stories of the season. Great coaching only works when players buy into the message. Everything coming from camp suggests Robinson has done exactly that. Instead of resisting criticism, he accepted the challenge, added muscle, improved his conditioning, and returned looking like a different player. That mindset alone gives Dolphins fans another reason to feel optimistic. His development also arrives at the perfect time for Miami. The Dolphins will need Robinson to carry a much larger role. With Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips no longer available to occupy those major responsibilities, Robinson has a tremendous opportunity in front of him. The coaching staff clearly believes this is his chance to become the centerpiece of the edge rushing group. Miami has also made it clear that becoming more physical is one of its biggest priorities entering the new season. The organization understands that recent shortcomings, especially in difficult late-season games, often came down to losing battles at the line of scrimmage. Competing in challenging road environments requires toughness, strength, and consistency in the trenches. That lesson has shaped many of the decisions being made this offseason, and Robinson's physical transformation fits perfectly into that vision. The emphasis is no longer simply about creating highlight reel sacks. It is about building a defense capable of controlling games from the line of scrimmage. If Robinson can combine the explosive speed everyone already knew he possessed with improved strength and better run defense, Miami could finally have the complete edge defender it envisioned when selecting him in the first round. Training camp has also produced encouraging performances from several young players across the roster. Early reports highlighted strong starts from Caleb Douglas and Kevin Coleman Jr. at wide receiver. Michael Taft generated excitement with an interception, while Juju Brent impressed with multiple pass breakups in the secondary. At the same time, there were learning moments for others, reminding everyone that training camp is about daily improvement as players compete for roster spots and larger roles. Still, among all the positive developments, Robinson's transformation stands out because of what it could mean for the entire defense. When a young player recognizes his weaknesses, dedicates months to correcting them, earns praise from teammates, gains the confidence of his coaches,